Okay, next thing. Take your old screen. The new digitizer. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to connect it back to the motherboard before you put the LCD back in. Because once you put the LCD back in, you can't get back to the motherboard.
We need about this right here.
Okay. Make sure you guys put your home button back in. Okay, next you guys are going to want to take a little strip of adhesive so you guys can stick it back on, that way that it won't fall off the LCD. Okay, just like that, it goes back on. Okay, next you're going to want to connect it back to the motherboard. Just like so. Can be tricky sometimes. And you're going to want to make sure it's all the way in before you put the LCD back in. One minute, guys, I gotta grab a different tool. This part right here can be pretty tricky to get that back in.
All the way in.
Now you want to make sure it's all the way in. When you put it all the way in, the little white strips that were there, you won't see them anymore. And then there's a little switch that you want to push down. next is back to the LCD. You're going to want to put it and snap that cord in that we took off. And same thing goes, the little white strip that you see, you won't be able to see it anymore, and that's how you know it's all the way in. And then you're going to put the switch down on that also. Next, line it up with the 4 corner screws that you took off. Install the 4 screws back in once you get it lined up.
Home button.
Okay, next, you want to make sure you take the home button piece that you took off also with the home button back in its place. Just like so. Okay, as you can see, the iPad looks like it seems to be working just fine. Now all we have to do is put the screen back on, the glass screen. Make sure it lines up perfect in every corner. You don't want no edges sticking out or anything like that. Smooth out all the edges. Make sure that everything applies perfectly, that no edges are sticking out. After that, make sure and test your iPad, make sure everything works okay. Test all the keys out, make sure that the touch is okay every single way. Next, test your camera. Okay, the back seems to be working just fine. And the front also. Okay, now make sure and test your buttons. Your home button.
Good job.
Okay, that's it, guys. This is brought to you by Air Tec Wireless. Have a good day.